One of the areas she just showed you that's kind of getting a break, if you will, from some of the wind and the rain is the coastal community, Pine Island, Matlacha. It's an area that was really hit hard during Hurricane Ian. When you drive up and down the roads there are a lot of blue tarps. Yeah. There's still a ton of debris. I was in St. James City 2 days ago, and it is still lined with piles and piles of debris. So that's the concern when we see the wind kicking up. Right. You know, 35-mile-an-hour winds. It's enough to move some of those piles, or at least some of the debris that's sitting on the side of the road.
And it's not just the wind. So many people with the tarps and the roof damage. You worry about all this rain that is falling and the fact that it could kind of hamper the recovery process. So let's bring in Fox 4's John Barron. He is live on Pine Island right now. John, what are you seeing where you are?
Yeah, so when you guys were talking about, Chris, about the wind and the rain, really at this point in time, like Lauren was saying, we're kind of in that pocket. We're not seeing too much of that rain, but that wind continues to batter us here. That's the one thing that we keep watching. Every now and then, it's like a pocket. We'll feel this gust of wind that is just absolutely torrential, and then all of a sudden, it's one of those things that it calms down. It's like a calm before the storm, and it's that weird feeling in between, but as it comes, it starts to really blow some of that debris, and a lot of those things over. Actually, we've been seeing a little bit of that actually out in the distance as well. A lot of that debris sitting on the side of the road has been a big impact as well, like you guys were talking about. We're still trying to recover from Hurricane Ian, and so in doing so, you have people's belongings and debris, just all that brush as well, and all the trees all on the side of the road, lining a lot of it as well. But that starts to become a main concern. Actually, one of the residents we spoke with here at Pine Island, we just got the chance to speak with her. She's staying out here at the Tarpon Lodge. She said a big concern for her is her tarp. As that wind continues to batter us, it's one of those things she's worried about that, because once that starts to be a big effect, it's going to start to allow this little bit of rain that we're starting to see every now and then, the flutters, it's going to allow that to really start to bring in some damage and kind of seep in through some of those cracks. That's a big concern for her. She's also worried about the safety for her kids as well. They're staying here, just trying to take some shelter, but it's one of those things that she said she didn't believe it was going to be as bad as Hurricane Ian, because of the fact that she knew that it wasn't going to have that much of an effect of a direct hit for us, but she knew that she didn't want to stay in her house because it was one of those things that it's been so battered, and the debris is one of those things she's still worried about. She knew that she had to leave her house and find a place that would be sheltering for her and her family. But she did say that that debris on the side of the roads is also a big concern for her, because she said, I've spent all this time trying to just clean up around my house and in my house, and it's one of those things that the piles of debris on the side of the road, she doesn't want to have to worry about continuing that effort of trying to recover and rebuild in that aspect. So we're going to send it back to you guys, and coming up, we'll actually hear from that resident as well, and we'll have that for you guys coming up later on in the show. For now, here live in Pine Island, John Barron, Fox 4.
All right.